Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Terence Crawford is giving Canelo Alvarez absolute hell. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Terence Crawford game plan has become very obvious based on his statements, based on his team statements, and based on his own actions. His entire game plan is to pick apart Canelo Alvarez by targeting his weaknesses, which will take away his strengths. Let me break it down into more detail. First off, one of Canelo Alvarez's biggest weaknesses is the fact that he's so slow. In William Skull, we've seen in that fight, Canelo Alvarez looked extremely slow. He cannot fight at that pace and be that slow against Terence Crawford, or Terence Crawford will make him pay. Make no mistake about it. You see, Terence Crawford is preparing for Canelo Alvarez to be slow, and he's going to come in and prepping himself to be as fast as possible. Speed is number one on the agenda for Terence Crawford. If you look at Terence Crawford in this photo with Shakur Stevenson, you see that he's not massive, he's not super bulked up, and he's likely to come into this fight under the 168-pound weight limit so he can conserve speed and stamina for the full 12 rounds. Terence Crawford's not looking to knock out Canelo. He's not even going to try. He's looking to outbox Canelo for 12 rounds, and he's going to come in under the 168-pound weight limit considerably so he can conserve stamina and speed the entire fight. That is going to be a major problem for Canelo Alvarez. Not only that, he brought in Shakur Stevenson into camp, not to mimic Canelo's style, not for Shakur Stevenson to look like Canelo or fight like Canelo. That's not why he's here. He brought Shakur Stevenson into camp simply to help him prep for the right technique. Think about this. Shakur Stevenson, he's used to using the jab. He's used to fighting with distance and range and getting in and out. This is what Shakur Stevenson is used to doing. Terence Crawford is not really used to fighting in that specific way. So who better to bring into camp using the style you're not used to using and helping you apply and adapt to different techniques than a guy like Shakur Stevenson, who after all is an excellent boxer. The second weakness of Canelo Alvarez is his reach. Canelo Alvarez has basically a 70-inch reach, very short reach, and he can win some fights with having a reach disadvantage. We've seen that, but he's lost some fights with a reach disadvantage. Now, Terence Crawford is going to come in with a massive reach advantage. Terence Crawford reach is 74 inches. That is massive coming into this fight, and that reach advantage is going to be a problem. See, you understand with the guy with the long reach that knows how to use his reach, he's going to be able to control the distance, to set up and land jabs, to cause you problems the entire fight. And that's what that reach advantage can do for Terence Crawford in this fight. Now, what's interesting about this reach advantage is that Terence Crawford actually has a longer reach advantage than Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol. So this is going to be massive in the fight for Terence Crawford. A huge key for Terence Crawford is his reach advantage in this fight. And the third weakness of Canelo Alvarez is his stamina. Yes, Canelo Alvarez did not gas in the William Skull fight. He wasn't just completely exhausted, gassed out, and lost all the final rounds. That's not what happened. But Canelo Alvarez looked visibly tired. He looked visibly worn down as the fight went on, and you could tell that some of his stamina was starting to zap due to all the movement of William Skull running around the ring. Now, what's interesting about all of this is that Terence Crawford has already made it clear, so did his trainer Bomac, that tactical boxing and movement is going to be the key to beating Canelo Alvarez. That's the key. They know that they can't stop moving. This is going to be constant movement from Terence Crawford, so Canelo Alvarez can't sit down on those power shots and hit him and hurt him. And as the fight goes on, as Canelo gets more and more exhausted, as he's using more energy just to chase down Terence Crawford, he's not going to be able to land those same power shots because, one, he can't set his feet, and two, he's draining him of his stamina. This is massive for Terence Crawford, and Terence Crawford is setting up a brilliant game plan for Canelo Alvarez.